Alice's Adventures in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll. Chapter 1. Down the Rabbit Hole. It is a beautiful sunny afternoon. Alice and her sister are sitting by the river. Alice's sister is reading a book. Alice has nothing to do. She looks at her sister's book. There are no pictures in it.
And what's the use of a book without pictures?
Alice thinks. It is very, very hot. Alice is sleepy. Suddenly she sees a white rabbit with pink eyes.
Oh dear, I'm late,
he says. The white rabbit takes a watch out of his pocket and looks at it.
A rabbit with a watch? That's very strange,
thinks Alice. Alice follows the rabbit across a field into a big rabbit hole and down, down, down. Alice falls down quite slowly. Around her she can see bookshelves, maps and pictures. She takes a jar from a shelf. Orange marmalade. She opens it, but it is empty. She puts it back. Down, down, down.
I'm getting near the centre of the earth,
says Alice.
I'll meet people that walk with their heads downwards. I'll ask them, "Excuse me, is this New Zealand or Australia?"
Suddenly she stops falling. She stands up quickly. There is a long passage before her. The rabbit is hurrying down it.
Oh, my ears and whiskers. It's getting so late.
The rabbit disappears around a corner. Alice follows him. Suddenly, Alice is standing in a long hall. There are lots of lamps and doors all round the hall, but the doors are locked. Alice notices a table with 3 legs in the middle of the hall. It is made of glass. There is a small golden key on it. Alice takes the key and tries to open the doors, but no luck. Then she looks around and notices a little door behind a curtain. She tries the key and opens the door. She looks inside and sees a beautiful garden.
I would like to go into that garden,
thinks Alice, but she is too big. She can't get through the door.
I would like to be smaller, but how?
She locks the little door and puts the key back on the table. There is a bottle on the table.
I'm sure it wasn't there before,
Alice thinks. There is a label round the bottle. It says, "Drink me."
Perhaps it's dangerous,
Alice says, so she tastes a little, and she likes it. She decides to drink it all.
What a strange feeling,
Alice says.
I'm getting smaller and smaller. I'm shutting up like a telescope.
And after a few minutes, she is only 25 centimetres tall.
Now I can go into the garden,
thinks Alice. But the door is locked and the key is on the table. Now she can't reach it. Poor Alice, what a day. She is very sad. She starts to cry.
Stop crying, little Alice. What's the use of crying?
Alice says to herself. Then she sees a little glass box under the table. She opens the box. Inside there is a small cake and the words, "Eat me," on the cake.
Well, I'll eat it,
says Alice.
And if it makes me taller, I can take the key off the table. And if it makes me shorter, I can get under the door. I will get into the garden one way or another.
Alice eats the cake. Nothing happens this time. She stays the same size, so she finishes the cake. Chapter 2. The Pool of Tears.
Curiouser and curiouser. I'm growing again,
cries Alice, who is forgetting how to speak English correctly. She is very big. Her head is hitting the ceiling.
Now I can take the key on the table,
Alice thinks. She takes the little golden key and runs to the door. Unfortunately, Alice can't go into the garden. She is too big. She sits down and starts to cry again. Her tears are so big that they make a big pool.
What a silly girl,
she says to herself.
To cry like this. A big girl like you. Stop crying.
Alice tells herself, but she can't stop. A short time later, she hears something. There is someone running towards her. It is the White Rabbit. He looks very elegant. He has white gloves in one hand and a fan in his other hand.
Oh, the Duchess! The Duchess! She'll be angry because I'm late,
the rabbit is saying to himself. Alice asks the rabbit for help in a timid voice.
If you please, sir.
The White Rabbit jumps. When he sees Alice, he is so frightened that he drops his fan and his gloves. He runs away down the hall very, very fast. Alice picks up the gloves and the fan. It is very hot in the hall, so she starts to fan herself. She feels more confused.
Oh dear, dear, how strange are things today. I was myself yesterday, but things are not the same today. If I'm not me, who am I?
Just then she looks at her hands, and there it is, the rabbit's glove. Alice is wearing it.
I'm growing small again,
she thinks. She tries to open the door, but it is locked. The key is on the table, and Alice is too small to take it. Alice is growing smaller. Suddenly, she falls into a lot of water.
I'm in the sea,
she thinks. It is not the sea. It is the pool of Alice's tears.
Why have I cried so much?
Alice is not alone in the water. A mouse is splashing near her. Alice is very tired of swimming in the pool, so she asks the mouse,
Do you know the way out of this pool?
The mouse doesn't answer.
Perhaps he doesn't speak English,
thinks Alice.
Is it a French mouse?
Alice wonders, so she tries with some words from her French grammar book.
Où est ma chatte?
The mouse jumps out of the water. He is very frightened.
Oh, sorry,
says Alice.
You don't like cats.
Don't like cats? Of course I don't like cats. I'm a mouse,
answers the mouse.
Of course not. But I think you're like Dinah. She is very good. She catches all the mice. Oh, sorry. We won't talk about her anymore,
says Alice.
No, we won't,
says the mouse.
My family hates cats.
Alice wants to talk about something else. She asks the mouse,
Do you like dogs?
The mouse doesn't answer, so Alice goes on.
There's a nice dog near our house. He likes playing with children. He lives on a farm and is very good at catching... Oh, sorry.
The mouse is very angry. He goes out of the water. Alice follows him. In the pool, there are other strange animals. A duck, a dodo, a parrot, and a small eagle. Alice has some company at last. Chapter 3. A Caucus Race. After being in the pool, Alice and all the animals are wet and cold.
Why don't we organize a caucus race? It's the best thing to do if you're cold,
says the dodo. Alice asks,
What's a caucus race?
I can tell you,
the dodo replies.
But the best thing is to do it.
First, the dodo marks a big circle on the ground, and everybody must stand on different parts of the circle. There is no 1, 2, 3, go, but they begin running when they like. They stop when they are tired. Only the dodo knows when the race is finished. After half an hour, they are all dry again, and the dodo shouts,
The race is over!
The animals sit down in a circle and ask,
Who's the winner?
The dodo is not sure. He sits for a long time with his hand on his head. At last he says,
Everybody is the winner, and everybody must have a prize.
The mouse and the other animals ask, Who's giving the prizes?
She is,
Answers the dodo, looking at Alice.
Prizes! Prizes!
They all cry. Alice doesn't know what to do. She puts her hand in her pocket and finds a small box of sweets in it. There is one sweet for each of the birds and animals.
But she must have a prize too,
says the mouse.
Of course.
The dodo replies.
Do you have another prize in your pocket?
He asks.
I only have the box,
Says Alice.
Give it to me,
Says the dodo. He takes the box and offers it to Alice.
Please take this beautiful box with our thanks.
They are all happy now. The animals start to eat the sweets. They make a lot of noise. The sweets are too small for the big birds and too big for the small birds. Then the sweets are over and everybody sits quietly again. Alice says,
I miss Dinah.
Who is Dinah? Asks the parrot.
Dinah is our cat. She's very good at catching mice, and she eats birds too.
Everybody is quiet. One by one, the birds run away. Alice is alone again.
Nobody likes Dinah down here, but she's so dear to me.
Alice begins to cry. After a while, she hears someone coming towards her.
Perhaps it's the mouse,
she thinks. Chapter 4. The White Rabbit's House.
It isn't the mouse, it's the White Rabbit,
says Alice.
The Duchess, she'll be very angry. Oh, where are they?
Says the White Rabbit. He is looking for his gloves and fan.
I'll help him to find them,
thinks Alice. Alice looks around and sees that everything has changed. Now she is in the countryside.
What are you doing here, Marianne?
Asks the White Rabbit angrily. The White Rabbit thinks Alice is his servant, Marianne.
Run home and bring me my white gloves and the fan. Quick!
Says the White Rabbit. Alice runs to the White Rabbit's house. On the door she sees W. Rabbit, so she goes in. In a small room at the top of the house there is a table. On the table there are some gloves and a fan. Alice takes them. She notices a bottle near the door. She decides to try it.
When I eat or drink anything here,
She says to herself.
something interesting always happens. Perhaps I'll grow again. I don't want to be small anymore.
Alice drinks. She is growing very quickly. She puts her arm out of the window and her foot inside the fireplace.
I'm glad there isn't a fire.
She thinks. After drinking, Alice is so big that she can't move.
Marianne! Marianne! Where are you? Where are my gloves?
The White Rabbit asks. He is in the garden. He is waiting for his gloves and fan. He tries to open the door of the room, but he can't move it because Alice's elbow is pressed against it.
Then I'll go and get in at the window,
He says.
Oh no, you won't.
Alice thinks.
Help! Help!
Cries the White Rabbit.
What's that, Pat?
Asks the White Rabbit. It's an arm, says Pat, the White Rabbit's gardener. Alice moves her arm. She can hear more cries and a lot of noise,
We must burn the house down.
says the White Rabbit. Alice shouts.
If you burn the house down, I'll ask Dinah to catch you.
All the animals are silent.
What will they do next?
Alice asks herself. The animals take some stones and throw them at Alice. Quite suddenly, all the stones become little cakes.
If I eat one of these cakes, I'll grow smaller.
Thinks Alice. So she eats a cake. She grows smaller and runs out of the house into a wood.
Oh, I'm too small now. I must grow bigger again. How can I do it? I must eat or drink something. But the question is, what?
Says Alice. Alice looks around. There are flowers and trees, but nothing with eat me or drink me on it. After a while, Alice notices a big mushroom near her. She looks under it, she looks beside it, at the back of it. The mushroom is very big, so she can't see over the top. Suddenly, she realizes she is looking into the eyes of a big blue caterpillar that is sitting on the top, smoking a pipe. Chapter 5. The Caterpillar. The caterpillar is looking at Alice. He is very quiet. After a while, he asks,
Who are you?
Alice is quite confused, but she tries to answer.
I don't know. I'm always changing from big to small to big again.
Oh,
The caterpillar asks.
explain yourself.
I can't explain myself because I'm not myself, you see.
I don't see.
Says the caterpillar.
I think it's very difficult to explain. Well, one day you'll turn into a butterfly. You'll find this quite strange, won't you?
Not at all.
Says the caterpillar.
Well, I feel very strange.
Says Alice.
You. Who are you?
Asks the caterpillar.
I would like to know who you are first.
Says Alice.
Why?
Asks the caterpillar. That is a difficult question for Alice. She can't answer, so she walks away.
Come here. I want to talk to you.
The caterpillar says. Alice goes back to the mushroom.
You must never be angry.
Says the caterpillar.
Is that all?
Alice asks angrily.
No.
The caterpillar smokes his pipe for a while. Then he gets down off the mushroom and tells Alice,
One side will make you grow bigger, and the other side will make you grow smaller.
Alice thinks,
One side of what? The other side of what?
The caterpillar guesses her thoughts and says,
Of the mushroom.
The mushroom is round, like all mushrooms. So Alice thinks,
How can it have two sides?
Then she puts her arms round the top and takes a bit of mushroom with each hand.
Which bit will make me bigger?
She asks herself. She eats a little piece, and there she is, smaller and smaller. So she takes another piece of the mushroom, and her neck becomes very long. She eats some more mushroom, and she is back to her normal height.
Now I want to find that beautiful garden,
She says. Alice walks in the wood. She sees a small house.
I'm too big. I can't get in the house. I'll eat some mushroom and I'll become smaller,
thinks Alice. Chapter 6. Pig and Pepper. Alice went near the house.
It's very noisy,
She thought.
and they can't hear the bell with all that noise.
Alice decided to go in. In the house she found the Duchess and the cook. The Duchess was sitting on a very small chair with a baby in her arms. The cook was at the fire. She was very busy. She was preparing soup in a very big pot.
Too much pepper in that soup.
Alice said to herself.
With all this pepper, everybody is sneezing. Noisy, noisy. It's a very noisy place. The baby's crying and the cook's making a lot of noise.
Alice thought. Near the fire, Alice saw a big cat. It had a big grin on its face. Alice was very curious about the cat's grin, so she asked the Duchess.
I would like to know why your cat grins like that. Because it's a Cheshire cat. Pig!
Said the Duchess. Alice thought that the Duchess was shouting at her, but she wasn't. She was shouting at her baby.
It's very strange,
Said Alice.
What?
Asked the Duchess.
A grinning cat.
Answered Alice.
They all grin, don't you know?
Asked the Duchess.
No, I don't.
Replied Alice.
You don't know much,
Said the Duchess. Suddenly, the cook started to throw things at the Duchess and the baby. All sorts of things. Pots, jars, knives. Alice was sorry for the baby.
Please be careful. You'll hurt the baby. Don't worry about the baby. It's my baby,
Said the Duchess, and she started to sing.
Speak roughly to your little boy and beat him when he sneezes. He only does it to annoy because he knows it teases. Here's the baby.
The Duchess threw the baby to Alice.
I must go now. I must play croquet with the Queen,
She said. Alice had the baby in her arms. The baby was noisy, like a baby pig. It was becoming a pig.
It's a pig,
Alice said. She put the creature down, and it ran away into the wood. The Cheshire Cat appeared.
Cheshire Cat, dear,
She said in a kind voice. The grin grew bigger,
He's pleased.
thought Alice.
Do you know which way I must go?
Asked Alice.
It depends on where you want to go,
Answered the cat.
Well, I don't know,
said Alice.
Then you can go that way, and you'll get to the Hatter's house. Hatters make hats, you know. Or you can go that way to the March Hare's house. They're both mad.
But I don't want to meet mad people,
said Alice.
You're in the wrong place, then. We're all mad in Wonderland. You're mad, too,
replied the Cheshire Cat.
How can you say that I'm mad?
asked Alice.
Well, you're here, so you're mad,
replied the Cheshire Cat.
What are you doing today? Are you playing croquet with the Queen?
asked the Cheshire Cat.
I would like to play,
answered Alice.
You'll see me there,
said the Cheshire Cat. The Cheshire Cat disappeared. Then he came back and asked Alice,
Where's the baby?
It isn't a baby anymore. It's a pig,
said Alice. Alice waited for the cat, but he didn't come back, so she walked towards the March Hare's home.
I know hatters, but I'm curious to see a March Hare. Perhaps he isn't very mad,
thought Alice. Then she looked at the tree, and there was the Cheshire Cat again.
Is the baby a pig or a fig?
he asked.
A pig,
Alice answered. The Cheshire Cat was slowly disappearing. Ears, paws, tail, and at last the grin.
A grin without a cat. That's strange,
thought Alice. Alice walked in the wood, and there it was, the March Hare's home.
It's bigger than the Duchess's house,
she thought. Alice ate some bits of mushroom she had in her pockets. She grew bigger, and there she was, ready to make new friends. Chapter 7. A Mad Tea Party. Alice walked towards the house. There was a tree in front of the house. Under the tree there was a big table with places for a lot of people. There were only 3 people sitting at the table: the Hatter, the March Hare, and a Dormouse. The Dormouse was asleep, and the other 2 were sitting next to him. When the Hatter and the March Hare saw Alice, they shouted,
No! There isn't a place for you!
There are a lot of places,
said Alice, and she sat in a big chair. The Hatter looked at Alice and took a watch out of his pocket.
What day is it?
he asked. Alice thought a bit and answered,
Wednesday, I think.
It's Friday by my watch.
The Hatter told the March Hare.
The butter wasn't good for the watch, I told you.
It was the best butter, replied the March Hare.
Yes, but you put it in with the bread knife. Some bread got in, perhaps.
The March Hare took the watch and put it in his tea. Then he took it out and looked at it. He said, It was the best butter. Alice looked at the watch.
It tells the day, but it doesn't tell you the time of day,
she said. Of course not. Does your watch tell you what year it is? asked the March Hare.
No,
Alice answered.
But that's because it's the same year for a very long time.
Take some more tea, said the March Hare.
Thank you, but I didn't drink any tea, so I can't take more,
replied Alice.
Yes, you can,
the Hatter said.
Anyone can take more than nothing.
Alice didn't like the Hatter's comments, so she wanted to tell him.
I don't think...
The Hatter interrupted her.
Then you must not speak,
he said. Alice ran away. She was very angry.
Perhaps they'll call me back and give me some tea and bread and butter,
thought Alice. But they didn't say anything. The Dormouse was asleep. The March Hare and the Hatter were trying to put him in the teapot.
I'll never go there again,
Alice said. Suddenly, Alice saw a door in a tree. She went in, and there she was, in the long hall with the glass table.
I'll go into the garden this time,
she thought. Alice took the little golden key and opened the door. Then she ate some bits of mushroom and grew smaller. She walked into the beautiful garden. Chapter 8. Croquet with the Queen. Alice was in a beautiful garden with all types of flowers. She wasn't alone. There were 3 gardeners working very hard. But they weren't men. They were cards. They were painting white roses red. Alice was very curious, so she walked towards them and asked timidly,
Excuse me, why are you painting these roses red?
The gardeners looked sad and quite embarrassed. Well, answered 2 in a low voice, this should be a red rose tree, but...
Well, you see, we put in a white rose tree instead,
said 5.
It was a mistake,
added 7.
If the Queen discovers it, she'll cut off our heads.
Cut off your heads?
Repeated Alice, totally surprised.
Look, the Queen!
The Queen! Shouted the cards, and they lay face down on the ground. Alice turned round and saw a great crowd of people. It was a pack of cards walking through the garden. There were soldiers carrying clubs, courtiers with diamonds, and the royal children with hearts. Then Alice saw the White Rabbit, and behind him the Knave of Hearts. Last of all came the King and Queen of Hearts. Suddenly everybody stopped. The Queen looked at Alice and asked,
What's your name, child?
My name is Alice.
Alice answered, and she said to herself,
I must not be afraid. They are only cards.
And who are these?
asked the Queen, pointing at the 3 gardeners.
Don't ask me. How should I know?
Alice was very rude to the Queen this time. The Queen looked at Alice. She was red with anger. She shouted,
Off with her head!
The King tried to calm her.
Don't be so angry, my darling. She's only a child.
I want to look at their faces now. Get up! What, white roses? I wanted red roses, not white. Off with their heads!
Shouted the angry Queen. The gardeners were very frightened. They shouted,
Alice! Alice, help us!
Come here.
said Alice, and she put them in a flower pot.
Don't worry, I'm here.
Alice whispered.
Are their heads off?
Inquired the Queen.
Certainly, Your Majesty,
answered the soldiers.
Good. Let's play croquet.
Said the Queen.
Can you play croquet, my dear?
She asked.
Of course.
Answered Alice.
Go to your places.
Ordered the Queen. The players took their places, and the game started.
What a funny game,
Thought Alice.
When I play at home, we use croquet balls. But here they have these little animals, hedgehogs. In England, we use mallets, but I can't see any here. They use birds with long legs, flamingos. It's so difficult to play. You're my mallet, come here!
Shouted Alice to a running flamingo.
Nobody follows the rules, and the Queen seems so angry.
Thought Alice.
Off with his head! Off with her head!
Shouted the Queen.
Poor me.
Thought Alice.
They like cutting people's heads off down here. What will happen to my poor head?
She wondered. Alice looked round, and there he was, the Cheshire Cat. his eyes, head, teeth?
How are you, my dear?
Asked the cat.
Well, you see, I don't like this game. They can't play. They are always fighting, and they are so loud,
Replied Alice.
I see,
Said the cat.
And how do you like the Queen?
I don't.
Said Alice. But then she realized the Queen was behind her, so she added,
I don't think there is a queen like her.
The Queen smiled and walked on. The King saw Alice talking to the cat's head and asked her,
Who are you talking to?
It's a friend of mine, the Cheshire Cat.
Said Alice.
Don't look at me like that.
Said the King.
A cat can look at a king. I read it in a book.
Said Alice. The King looked very angry.
My darling,
The King said.
Yes, my dear.
Answered the Queen.
this cat must go.
Said the King in a firm voice.
Of course, dear. Cut off its head!
Ordered the Queen. Everybody gathered round the Cheshire Cat. A soldier said,
You can't cut off its head. There's no body to cut it off from.
The King didn't agree.
It has a head, so you must cut it off.
He insisted.
I will cut off all your heads if you don't cut this head off immediately!
Threatened the Queen.
You should ask the Duchess. It's her cat.
Said Alice.
The Duchess is in prison because she boxed the Queen's ears, don't you know?
Said the Queen. Then she added,
Bring her here!
The soldier followed the Queen's order and left. Just then the cat's ears disappeared, then the mouth, eyes, head, teeth. It was gone. Suddenly a cry was heard in the distance. The trial's beginning! The trial's beginning!
Whose trial is it?
Asked Alice. But nobody answered, because they were all leaving. Chapter 9. Who Stole the Tarts? The King and the Queen were sitting on the throne. The Knave of Hearts was standing in front of them. There were 2 soldiers near the Knave. It was the Knave of Hearts' trial.
I must be in a courtroom. Here's the judge with his wig and gown, and that's the jury,
Thought Alice, looking at the 12 animals and birds in the jury box. Alice sat down. When everybody was ready, the King, who was the judge, said,
Read the accusation.
The White Rabbit read from a big roll of paper.
The Queen of Hearts, she made some tarts, all on a summer day. The Knave of Hearts, he stole those tarts and took them all away.
Off with his head!
Cried the Queen.
But we must have some witnesses first.
Cried the White Rabbit.
Call the first witness,
Said the King. The first witness was the Hatter. He had his tea in one hand and bread and butter in the other hand.
I am sorry about this, but I was having my tea when they called me.
Said the Hatter.
When did you begin your tea?
Asked the King.
March the 14th, I think.
Answered the Hatter. The 15th, said the March Hare. The 16th, added the Dormouse.
Write that down,
Said the King.
and take off your hat.
It isn't mine.
Said the Hatter.
You stole it, didn't you?
Inquired the King.
No, Your Majesty, I didn't.
Replied the Hatter. He was very frightened.
I sell hats, you see. I'm a hatter.
He said.
Let's continue now. What did you see?
Asked the King.
Well, Your Majesty, I was having my tea when the March Hare said...
I didn't, protested the March Hare.
I mean the Dormouse said.
The Dormouse didn't protest. He was asleep. So the Hatter went on.
Well, I cut more bread and butter.
But what did the Dormouse say?
Inquired the King.
I can't remember.
Replied the Hatter.
You must remember, or I'll cut off your head.
threatened the king. The Hatter was shaking with fear.
Please, your majesty. I'm a poor man. Let me go.
Cried the Hatter.
Cut off his head!
Ordered the Queen. The Hatter ran away so quickly that the executioner couldn't catch him. Alice felt very strange.
This courtroom seems so small. Perhaps I'm growing again.
Alice thought.
Next witness.
The king called out. The next witness was the Duchess's cook. When she entered the courtroom, she had a pepper pot, so everybody started to sneeze.
Tell us what you know,
said the king.
Your Majesty, you must ask her questions,
said the White Rabbit.
That's right. Well, let's see. What are tarts made of?
Asked the king.
Pepper, of course.
Answered the cook.
Next witness,
said the king. The White Rabbit looked at his paper and read out the name.
Alice.
Chapter 10. The End of the Trial.
Here I am,
cried Alice. She stood up in such a hurry that she knocked over the jury box.
I'm very sorry.
Said Alice, picking up the jury animals as quickly as she could.
What can you tell us about this?
Asked the king.
Nothing.
Answered Alice.
That's very important,
said the king.
You mean unimportant, Your Majesty?
Said the White Rabbit.
Of course, that's what I meant. Unimportant,
replied the king. The jury was very busy writing down what the witness said. Some of them wrote unimportant, others wrote important. The king was writing in his book too. After a while he shouted,
Silence! I have an important rule for you. Listen.
Everybody was silent.
Rule 42. All people more than a mile tall must leave the courtroom,
declared the king. Everybody looked at Alice.
I'm not that tall,
said Alice.
Of course you are,
said the king.
You're more than 2 miles tall,
added the queen.
I won't leave. It's not a real rule. You've just invented it,
protested Alice.
It's the oldest rule in the book,
said the king.
Then it should be number 1 and not number 42,
replied Alice. The king didn't know what to say. He looked at the jury and asked,
What do you think?
Cut off his head,
said the queen, pointing at the Knave of Hearts.
Sentence first, and then verdict,
protested the White Rabbit.
You should ask him if he's guilty first,
suggested Alice.
Keep quiet,
said the queen.
I won't. You're just a pack of cards,
replied Alice. When Alice said this, the cards flew up into the air and then down upon her.
Wake up, Alice.
Alice opened her eyes and saw her sister's face, the river, and the green fields.
I had a strange dream,
said Alice. She told her sister about the White Rabbit, the Cheshire Cat, and the cruel Queen. Alice's sister kissed her and said,
Let's go home, dear. We'll have some tea.
Alice got up and walked home, thinking of those strange creatures in that land of wonders on a beautiful sunny afternoon.